Mantra. It's Ong Namo Gurudev Namo. It's Ong, O-N-G, Namo, Gurudev Namo. Close your eyes. Spine is erect. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Ong Namo exhale. Let's bring our palms together and rub them briskly. Eyes closed. Just chant a long Om, A-U-M. Feel every syllable in this simple vibratory word. Press the base of your thumbs against your sternum. This is Anjali Mudra. Deep inhale through the nose. Stay with the mudra. Take a few breaths. I want you to check in with yourself in this moment. Just feel and notice your physical body. Notice where it's at. If there's any sensations. Don't judge them. Just sit with them. Notice your breath, the depth of it. Feel it as it enters your nose and moves down. Just become aware. Notice your mind. Is it calm? Is it racing? Just tune into where you are right now. Don't judge. Just be. Good morning. Obstacles tend to be self-imposed, whether it's a limiting belief or us not listening to our body and creating a repetitive stress injury, or just, our minds like feeding those thought patterns that incite stress response, which is something that we all do. I mean, we all know the power of our mind to, we just think about something stressful and it can increase our heart rate, make us our palms sweaty, and just activate our sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight response. We kind of we live in a unique era where just the mere thought of something can stress us out, and we give a lot of power to that. On the flip side, we can also activate our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the rest and digest, simply by thought or breath. So it's like that's, it's intertwined, our breath and our mind. They're very much so linked. Like you'll notice usually if you're getting overwhelmed that your breath is probably shallow. You're probably not really breathing very deep, and you just start to run around like this and then goes this way. And we're like, roller coaster. Luckily, there's ways to overcome these things. For me, one of my biggest obstacles in my adult life has been tendonitis in this elbow. I just sort of, the pain started, I didn't listen to it, I hyperextended it, I continued to be a janitor, continued to spin poi and contact staff like crazy and learning puppy hammer and just continued to beat it up, not listening to it. I started resting in February, and it's been about a month and a half now that I'm pain-free. That's how long it took to heal that injury. That was a very physical obstacle. And now I have the obstacle of I've lost like half of my muscle mass, so I have to build it back up safely without re-injuring. The mind is very similar. We repetitively stress it and we get, essentially like anxiety, depression. These thought patterns are repetitive stress injuries for the mind. A lot of us have some level of PTSD, and it's just like our experiences are, they're just unique, everybody's, and sometimes they're a little scary. And we just get overcome by these. Like, what does Western medicine want to do? Mask everything with a Band-Aid. No, which it's okay. They're tools. They can help. But Band-Aids eventually need to come off. That's where these practices can come in. So let's start opening the heart. We're going to do a simple mantra meditation and then some breath work, and we're going to kind of bounce back and forth a little bit today. The mantra is Sat Kartar. It's S-A-T, which means truth. Kartar, which means the doer. It's K-A-R-T-A-R. So truth is the doer. Sat Kartar. We'll start with our hands in Anjali Mudra. And this is Sat, and then Kar. Our hands will come out beside us. Tar. We press like we're pressing the walls away. Just feel as this, opens up the physical aspect of your heart, but also like look at it energetically and just see energy kind of pooling here and then pulling and just opening as we extend. So it's Sat Kartar. It's the mantra. Let's close the eyes. Chin is parallel to the floor. Tuck it back. They say until the heart is open, you can't really accept everything. And part of what we need to do to overcome obstacles is accept them in the first place. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to begin. Sat Kartar. Sat Kartar. Satkartar. 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 Really feel your shoulder blades draw near each other as you open. Satkartar. 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 One more. Let it out. Satkartar. Inhale. Bring your hands back to Anjali Mudra. Just heart center. Exhale. Take a few breaths. Just relax your hands. We live in a time where fear is a huge, just plays a huge role in a lot of our lives, even if it's like if we're not fearful, it's like there's just this element of fear and control. It's really hard not to give into it because we're just bombarded with these external stimuli that are there to induce stress. That's why we close our eyes, we breathe, we chant a mantra so we can help release such, retraining our mind, rewiring the neurons so we can essentially get rid of our neuroses, which are pretty strong. But really, we can't overcome something until we accept it. And a huge one for me on that was cigarette addiction. I smoked for 21 years. And, I had a 3-year gap of not smoking in there. And just like, I started smoking again. And then after I was in yoga teacher training. And like, it took me a while to give it up. And it was just, self-judgment. And that sort of I don't know, I was just judging myself and I'd smoke and just be like, ah, I'm such a terrible person. Why am I doing this? And it just, that self judgment and lack of acceptance made it extremely difficult to quit. And it was the moment where I was just kind of like, screw it. It doesn't matter that I quit within a week. So it's just like that self-imposed judgment created an obstacle because that would like create a stress response in me, and it made me want to go back to those things. You know, we have addiction comes in many forms: Netflix, video games, pornography, cigarettes, alcohol. You know, even yoga can be addicting, which that's, you know, ideally people with addictive traits replace good addiction or bad addiction with good addiction. Um, you know, I had this mantra, I suppose, for most of my 20s and teens, even, and part of my 30s, of I have an addictive personality, which was essentially me justifying my behaviors for all of this time and not really trying to like do anything about them and just giving in whenever I was, you know, in the right environment, wrong environment, however you want to call it. So it's just like that attitude didn't serve me. Now I don't say that I have an addictive personality. I just, you know, I know that I have tendencies and uh, yeah, address them, which is all we can do. Identify the tendencies we have and work on them. Let's go ahead and just take a few deep breaths. I want you to bring your left hand under your diaphragm, and you can lay back for this if you'd like. You can lay down flat, and then bring your right hand over your heart center. And for the first moment, just isolate the breath into your belly. So let's take a deep inhale, fill up completely all of the parts, the belly and the chest. And exhale completely. And just breathe into the diaphragm, keeping the rib cage still. Just really notice the depth of that breath. It's a little limited, only breathing into the belly. But that expansion of the diaphragm, that muscle, and we need to work it. We need to make sure that we're using it in our daily lives. So that one part, anytime you start to get stressed out or your mind starts to wander, put one hand on your diaphragm, one hand on your heart, and just check if you're breathing into your diaphragm, because you're probably not. Now let's inhale diaphragm, fill the chest, exhale chest, exhale diaphragm, so it moves back towards the spine. Inhale diaphragm, chest, exhale chest, diaphragm. Just continue that for a moment. Just feel each part individually. Feel your belly fill, then your chest expand, then your chest compress and retract, and then your belly move back towards your spine. Just continue that breath cycle. a full deep inhale. Retain your breath at the top. If you're clenching anything here, just breathe normally. If not, retain for a moment. Exhale. Ujjayi pranayama. It's a very grounding breath, and it's the most basic yogic breath. You're just essentially squeezing the glottis a little bit, which is where the larynx is, to create a ocean-like sound in your head. It's a very hollow sound. You might be able to hear me when I do it. I'm definitely exaggerating it to a degree there. It shouldn't quite be that loud. But that is a breath that you can come back to any point in time and just use it as a center. And in Kundalini Yoga, we use the mantra Sat on the inhale, Nam on the exhale, and mentally vibrate it to keep us directed. And mantras are an incredible tool for rewiring the brain and just, dispelling negative thought patterns, which I think for a lot of us, our biggest obstacles in life, our biggest obstacle is our mind and just the patterns that we get stuck into. So, using a mantra, which mine, back in the day, before I was even a meditator, when I got really overwhelmed, I'd put my head down and be like, I love the world, I love myself, and I love God. And I would say that repeatedly. And at the time, I didn't really have a definition for God. It was just like, for some reason, that made me feel better. And I would just lay down put my head down. I don't even know how long, and just repeat it until I felt better. So finding a mantra that works for you and just going back to it, have it be your ground point. And eventually, your mind will get better. Which some of us are blessed with a mind that never fights us, and wonderful. Waheguru, great. It's a beautiful thing to know that you have a stable and secure mind, because not everybody is blessed with that. Let's bring our palms up, and your left palm inside of the right, and then press your right thumb into the left palm, and then cross the left thumb over such. So it'll look something like this. Just cupping it up towards the heart. We're just going to chant long Sat Nams. It's S-A-T-N-A-M. It means truth is my name. And go to your breath capacity. Don't worry about my length. Don't worry about anything. Just close your eyes and do it at your own pace. So the mantra is Sat Nam. S-A-T-N-A-M. And you'll chant a long Sat, a short Nam, very short Nam on this one. Normally we do 7 to 1, but we're going to do about 24 to 1. Close your eyes, and then open them barely and stare at the tip of your nose. This is a wonderful drishti, or eye gaze. Inhale deep. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Continue. If your mind starts to wander, don't react, don't interact. Just become the conscious observer, which is a practice. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Satnam. 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 One more. Satnam. Inhale. Hold your breath. Engage up on Molbond if you know what that is. If not, that's for another time and place. Exhale, relax completely. If you need to shake out your hips or adjust, feel free. Not everybody. I think one obstacle to meditation is being able to sit cross-legged for extended periods of time without experiencing numbness or tinglies or anything of that nature. Which is definitely a practice, and something I can say. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Definitely, I was up here, just like everybody else. Most of us start not able to sit like this very long, but we slowly ease into it, and over time it becomes pretty simple. One of my biggest physical obstacles as far as the postures go is my hamstrings. And I think I was impatient with them, so I just got nowhere. And just recently I started just like, all right, I can ease into it, and they started to grow. Patience and grace, very important. Take a few deep breaths. Just feel grounded. feel secure and safe. The last meditation was called Meditation to Completely Neutralize Tension. The thumbs yogically with the mudras represent the ego. So we are crossing the egos over each other, which it's the external ego, which I found there's a lot of definitions to the term ego, and I think we kind of get lost in that. I found one recently that I really liked, though. It said the ego is attachment to ideas, which, is definitely something that a lot of us do. We get very attached to an idea, and then we just operate from that, and it doesn't always serve us. Like, I'm not even going to go into examples, because right now there's a whole lot of chaos happening, and it's neither here nor there. Which, I guess, on a personal level, a idea is a self-imposed limitation. Oftentimes it is the idea of, oh, I am an addict, or, oh, I have an addictive personality, so let's become attached to that, and you operate from that, and you react to that. But over time, hopefully not. But yeah, with the breath and the mantras, like you'll notice in this, if you really give yourself to it, it'll bring your heart rate down. You may start to get a little bit colder. Your respiration may get a little bit shallower, but still you're using the whole system, and that's activating the rest and digest nature within you, the parasympathetic nervous system. It is very cooling and calming. Long, deep breathing by itself will do it, but the mantras will do it too. Very much so. We don't always recognize the obstacles holding us back in life. Especially if we're not the most self-aware. And the more self-aware you get, the more just in your face they are. It's like, you want to look around them, but they just start to come up. And even as you purify yourself, since I've became a teacher, I've discovered I have a dairy intolerance, I have a gluten intolerance, and corn messes with me too, and I'm already a vegetarian. So it's like all of these, neutrally just empty foods started to mess with me, and it was like, what do you eat? I eat air, water. But it's not a bad thing, It's like starting to eat pure foods, you're gonna feel better. So we're gonna do a meditation to bless yourself, and I'm cutting today a little bit shorter. I had a fairly long night last night, so. This meditation has an arm posture with a movement and a mantra. The mantra is hummy hum, brum hum. I'm going to drop it in the comments real quick. So hummy hum, brum hum. Really feel how this mantra will vibrate you. It's really about the vibration. You'll let it go hum, so you're going to hum whenever you do it. And you can play with octaves, You don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing, because I oftentimes go lower than the average human can. Yeah, you're going to start with your arms out. Your forearms are parallel to the earth. Your palms are forward. This is the hummy hum, and then brum hum. You're going to use your left hand over your crown. And your eyes are going to be closed. And see if, whenever you're doing the brum hum, you can feel the space in between your hand and your crown. And this is an area that it's hard to energetically feel for a lot of us, because we're just blocked up energetically throughout our bodies. Most of us in the West are stuck in Svadhisthana, our second chakra, which is sexual impulse and things, and greed, things of that nature. So let's go ahead and close the eyes. Palms forward, arms at 90 degrees. Inhale. Exhale completely. Sahami hum here, and then Brahm hum, floating our hand over our crown. Let's inhale to begin. Hummy hum, Brahm hum. 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 This is the last cycle. Give it all you got. Hummy hum, Brahm hum. Hummy hum, Brahm hum. Hummy hum, Brahm hum. Inhale. Raise your arms up. 60 degrees. Palms facing each other. Hold your breath. Gauge mole bond. feel the energy moving up your spine. If you can't feel it, visualize it. Exhale, visualize the energy moving back down your spine. Hold the breath out for 1 moment. Inhale. Exhale, relax your hands down. Just take a few breaths. Again, check in with yourself. Scan your physical body. Notice the state of your mind, the depth of your breath. Do so free of judgment. This is a practice of acceptance of what is, acceptance of where you are. Once you truly accept yourself, the external world is far easier to accept. Most of us dwell in a place where we have self-imposed judgments and beliefs that are limiting. It's my want for you to free yourself of these. Feel a deep power within you. Be able to tap it whenever you need. If you ever want one-on-one guidance, I'm here. Just reach out. I'm very reasonable too. Come lying on your backs, or if you don't have a good place to lay down, just find a very supported position and close your eyes. We're going to invite some relaxation in here at the end. Once you find a comfortable position, if you're on the ground, bring the palms up next to your hips, splay them out a little bit. Your feet should be about width apart. Just take a couple, inhale fully, squeeze your whole body, exhale powerfully through the mouth. Once more, squeeze everything, just let go. Just feel. Relax. Don't force anything here. Your eyes stay closed. Your feet are completely relaxed. And your legs are completely relaxed. Your hips are soft and relaxed. Your spine is completely relaxed. Your shoulders relaxed and heavy. Your neck is soft and relaxed. Your face completely relaxed. Jaw is soft. Tongue is relaxed. Your arms are heavy and relaxed. Nada singa niya narayana Guru sing Sikha Guru Singha Har Har Gayan Waheguru Waheguru Har Har Dhyayan Sakatanindak Dushtamatayan Harasinga Narasinga Narayan Guru Sikha Guru Singha Har Har Gayan Waheguru Waheguru Har Har Dhyayan Sakataninda Kadushtamatayan Narasinga Narasinga Narayan Guru Sikha Guru Singha Har Har Gayan Waheguru Waheguru Har Har Dhyayan Sakataninda Kadushtamatayan Narasinga Narasinga Narayan Guru Sikha Guru Singha Har Har Gayan Waheguru Waheguru Har Har Matayan Sakataninda Dushtamatayan Narasinga Narasinga Narayan Guru Sikha Guru Singha Har Har Gayan Waheguru Waheguru Har Har Dhyayan Sakataninda Kadushtamatayan. Take a slow, deep inhale. Pull yourself back to your breath. And exhale completely, drawing your awareness to the breath. Take a couple breaths. And invite micro movements to your body, your fingers and toes, your wrists and ankles. Maybe shaking your hips a little bit. And inhale, stretch your arms up overhead. Point your toes if you're laying down. Full body stretch. Feel your length. Take a couple breaths here. Feel expanded. Maybe let out a good sigh breath. Now on your next exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest and wrap your arms either around the backs of your thighs or the front of your shins. Just rock side to side a few times. And then roll over to one side. Use that bottom arm as a pillow. If you're sitting upright, just breathe. Take a few grounding breaths and give yourself some words of gratitude. It can even be as simple as, I love you, blank. Set an intention for the day to walk through it with a clear head and free of reactions, completely at peace. And push yourself up slowly. Just take a couple breaths. Bring the palms together and rub them briskly. We'll end with 3 long sat nams and 1 long om. AUM, om. Heart center, Anjali Mudra, eyes closed, chin parallel to the earth. Tuck it back slightly to extend the cervical spine. Inhale deep through the nose. Exhale completely. Inhale once more. Tongue out. And inhale for the mantras. Satnam. 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 And 1 long, powerful Om. May you feel stable and secure, and may you know that all the love you need in this world is right inside of you. And once you feel that, then everything will fall into line, and all of your loved ones will feel your love exuding from you deeply. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful morning. Satnam. If you can afford to give, please do. There's 2 links in the descriptions. One of them is to a Patreon, which there's a $5 a month thing, which will get you access to exclusive videos and will essentially help me have some energetic exchange for putting myself out here in this medium and other mediums, just sort of teaching and trying to be a good help. There's a few options there, and one of them, there's a PayPal link. There's a few ways. Just if you can give, please do. And support your local teachers. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. Even though I cannot see you, I know that you are there and you are beautiful and I can feel your presence. Have the most beautiful day.